everyone, my name's Lucy. I'm the Sales and Marketing Executive here at the Fives Hotels and Residences. Really excited to be talking to you all today for the Family Escapes webinar with the CTO. I'll introduce you briefly to the Fives as a whole, and then I'll dive a bit deeper into our family-friendly property, which is Essence at the Fives Beach. So we have 4 properties across Mexico, mainly in the Cancun and Riviera Maya areas. So lovely beachfront resorts, all for something different, all catering to different types of travellers. But today we're going to focus on Essence at the Fives Beach, which is our largest and family-friendly property. So across the Fives properties, something that sets us apart from other Mexican hotels are our brand pillars. So we have 3 main brand pillars across all 4 of our properties. So no matter what one you're staying at, you'll always get kind of the core pillars that the Fives kind of operate on. So the first brand pillar is our a la carte all-inclusive. We only have 1 buffet restaurant at Essence at the Fives Beach, so all the rest are a la carte dining. So it's not like Groundhog Day when you're all rushing to get breakfast in the morning or queuing ages for dinner in the evening. They serve pretty much all meals a la carte style. And they have weekly kind of pop-up food corners, which I'll go into a bit more later. So loads of kind of inclusions in our all-inclusive dining. And then the second brand pillar is our all resident style suites. So instead of kind of high-rise small rooms that you might get around Mexico, we pride ourselves on having 1, 2, and 3 bedroom resident style suites, all with living areas, kitchen areas, with like fridges, microwaves, kettles, all things like that, and a dining area, to make sure that guests feel like they're in a home away from home. And then our last brand pillar is our Joy and Wellness program. So we really focus on kind of the rich heritage from the Riviera Maya, and kind of bringing in cultural experiences for guests. So I'll dive into these a bit more in a minute, but those are our 3 brand pillars that you can expect when you're staying at the Fives hotels. So diving into Essence at the Fives Beach, this is our largest family-friendly resort just outside of Playa del Carmen. It has over 660 resident-style suites, ranging from swim-up rooms to penthouse rooms, as you can see in that top picture there, with plunge pools and deckings and things like that. We also have 14 restaurants and gourmet corners for guests to use, where majority of these are included in our all-inclusive plan. We have 8 different pools. One of these is one of these is an adults only pool as well. So although it's a family property, we do have an adults only pool area too. We have our lovely spa by the Fives, so touching on our joy and wellness. We have the brand of the Spa by the Fives, which features at all 4 of our properties across Mexico, where you can have treatments and massages and things like that. Our state-of-the-art fitness centre, which is open 24 hours. We have a really great teens club and kids club, as well as an extensive activities programme for them, which I'll touch on in a minute as well. Our adults only section, and we've got up to 150 different activities per week. So there's always something to see and do. It's a very lively resort, although it can be quieter in some certain spots, and feel really intimate as our rooms aren't in a high-rise block. They're spread across 20 different villas. So you can kind of see the villas in the bottom corner there, where they have about 3 floors worth of rooms. So it feels like a little village when you're in the Fives. Then moving on to our rooms and residences a bit more. So as I said, some range from our swim-up rooms, as you can kind of see from the top right picture and the middle left picture, you can see swim-up rooms are there, to our kind of bedroom, 1 or 2 or 3 bedroom penthouse suites, and like that middle picture there. So great for multi-generational stays. Majority of our rooms can be interconnecting. So great for having kids in one area and then parents in another, or grandparents in another area. So great kind of little, they're more like apartment style rooms, so they feel really spacious, really intimate, and yeah, just really nice for kind of a variety of different travelers. They come with a range of amenities as listed down the left-hand side there. I'm not going to go into them in too much detail as I'm just conscious of the time. But great bathroom amenities like bathrobe and slippers, rain showers, ironing board, all things that you might need when guests are staying there to make sure that they feel like they're at home. Then onto our dining and bars, we've got 9 a la carte restaurants and 1 buffet restaurant, which are included in our all-inclusive plan. So these range from Asian-inspired cuisine to traditional Mexican, to more international kind of dining. And then our 1 buffet restaurant, which is called Flavors, is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So if you've been out all day snorkeling or doing water sports, things like that, and you just want a quick bite to eat, the buffet is great for that. Additionally, we do have 4 pop-up food corners, which differ every week. So one week it might be empanadas, one week it might be tacos, one week it might be sushi. So there's loads of stuff to do, and all produce is really fresh. And the Fives really pride themselves on being a foodie resort. So there's definitely something for fussy eaters to really committed foodies. So yeah, great for kind of every type of family. And then we also have 4 pool bars and 4 signature bars. One of those bars is our tequila bar, which has over 150 different not activities, tequilas to try. So great for parents, if they have a night off from being with the kids, if their grandparents are looking after the children, then they can go to the cantina bar and try some of our tequilas. And then we also have a coffee shop and ice cream bar, which aren't included in our all-inclusive plan. And then kind of other facilities and things to do around the resort. So we have a plaza in the resort. This is kind of the heart of the resort where you'll find various restaurants, and the gym's here as well. The gym is on the second floor and it overlooks the plaza, which is really nice. I was here for a farm trip in December, and I struggled really badly with jet lag when I first got here. So the gym being open 24 hours was great because I could just have a little walk on the treadmill before it got really hot outside, and kind of watch the world go by and watch all the monkeys play, as there are quite a few bits of wildlife that play around the plaza. Our coffee shop is here. So Ro Marley is Bob Marley's son, and we have an affiliation with Ro Marley Coffee at all 4 of our properties, but it's not included in our all-inclusive plan, unfortunately. Various little shops are located here as well. So lots are independent, where they get independent vendors in, which aren't a part of the hotel. So if you wanted to grab a fridge magnet or a tea towel, as I know lots of Brits like to do, you can do that in the plaza. Various restaurants and bars are located here as well. Our spa is located in the plaza too, so loads of things to see and do in the plaza. Our pop-up dining options are here. They'll kind of pop up as and when. And then also a lot of our evening entertainment here as well. So they do like fire shows and like dance parties for children. And I think I was doing the conga when I was there in December. So there's so much to do. And also our nearby cenote is here too. So the cenote runs throughout the resort, and it's kind of like an area of dense vegetation. The guests can go and walk around and see all the wildlife and different plants that are growing there. There's like a boardwalk that runs through it. So yeah, the plaza is kind of like the main hub of the resort. And then other facilities that we have at the Fives, Essence at the Fives Beach, is our kids club. So this is open every day for kids aged 4 to 12. Um, it's got an exclusive kids pool area, so you don't have to be part of the main kind of family pool. A really great playground area with lots of shade, and activities for them to do. There's also a little kind of kids pool area um, in the resort as well, which is quite quiet. And then also an outdoor activity program for teens as well. So they can do things from like non-motorized water sports to Spanish lessons we do as well at the Five. So yeah, there's loads of stuff for kids to do here. Um, Additionally, if the kids are in the kids club and mum wants to go get a treatment, she can do that at the Five Spa. So it's a 15,000 square foot spa with 11 treatment rooms, hydrotherapy circuit, bridal suite, beauty salon. Really relaxing vibe if they want to take a minute away from the kids. And then also we have an interactive cooking experience for guests to do. This is called Casa de Rosa, and Rosa has been at the resort for quite a number of years now, and she makes or teaches you how to make traditional Mexican dishes. And it's kind of a little house in resort, but it's almost feels like you're in her house and you're cooking and kind of learning about Mexican cuisine and things. So the whole family can do this. It's a really great experience for them to do. It isn't included in our all-inclusive plan, but I'd highly, highly recommend Casa de Rosa when guests are there. And then on to a few other activities that we have going on in resort. So we do things from like circuit training in the morning to pool volleyball, scuba lessons, basketball, ping pong, sushi making, Spanish lessons, pizza making, mini bowling for kids. Again, kids Olympics, Spanish lessons. There's loads of stuff to do for children. And then in the evening, we do silent discos and movie nights. But if you wanted something a little bit kind of more for parents, the tequila tasting, casino night, things like that are really great as well. So a range of activities for a range of different ages when people are staying in resort. And now I'll just play a short video to kind of delve in a bit deeper about the resort so you can kind of picture what it would be like to stay at Essence at the Fives Beach. And then moving on to our resort credit. So all bookings of a minimum of a 4-night stay will receive a 555 US dollar resort credit to use on enhancements when they're in resort. So these can be things from like a barley bed credit on the beach, or a food and beverage credit if you want to, experience Casa de Rosa and use that towards it, or a tour credit for any excursions and things like that. So any stay consisting of a minimum of 4 nights will receive this credit. But guests will have to spend in order to use the credit. So they'd have to pay for a $100 tour and they'd get the $50 off. That makes sense. So yeah, this is great for families as well. Really great value for money too, for any experiences that they might want to do when they're in resort. And then we have it. So thank you everyone for listening. My email is just on the screen now. So if you've got any questions or anything like that, please just let me know. But thank you very much for listening today. Thank you.